I don't work. I haven't worked since May 2021. I invest in the stock market, and that's my bread and what do you say? Uh, Bread and butter. I don't know how to say it. I get my money from the stock market. Sorry, I'm not English. Um, that's what. It's not that what I want to talk about in this video. No, I want to talk about risk. But what I tried to say in the beginning failed. But I was trying to say that I have a lot of time. So I think a lot. I reflect a lot. I like to reflect. And a topic that I reflect a lot about is risk. And people taking risks, and more people not taking risks. Sorry, I find that very interesting because I am a person that wanna experience things in my life. I wanna do what I wanna do, and that's what I do. For example, I ride motorcycles. I love riding motorcycles. It's a risk. It's a bigger risk than driving a car or taking the bus. But I don't find taking the bus that interesting. I want to experience something, and motorcycle riding gives me a lot of pleasure. And I know that it's a big risk, but I think it's worth it. I think that. We are all different, but I think that. But when I think about risks, and a lot of people, when they think about risk, or should I say, I don't think that they think about risk, because it doesn't seem like that. Let me take some examples. As I said, I invest in the stock market. And I have a YouTube channel, a Swedish one, where I talk about my investments and so on, everything about the stock market and my own investments. And I got a lot of comments during the 4 years I have had that channel. So I have a lot of, how should I say, insight in people's minds about the stock market. And a lot of people are not, they don't want to take that big of a risk. They want to earn money in the stock market, but they don't want to take a big risk. More important, they don't want to lose money. Of course, not anyone. I mean, I don't want to lose money either, but to make money, a lot of money, and to do it in a shorter time, then you have to increase the risk. It's just the way it is. And lots of people don't want to do that. They want to have a lot of money, and they want to earn a lot of money in a short period of time, but they don't want to take the risk to do it. So a lot of people end up in an index fund. It's not a problem with an index fund is if it's that what you want. And if you don't want to take a big risk, index fund is a great way to go. But then you can't fantasize about making a lot of money in a short period of time. It will not happen. And time is a huge factor here. As you know, we don't live forever. And if you want to accomplish something, money is a good thing to have. It's not making you happy, but it's a tool that you can use to do something else, to do something with your life, the thing you want. So the faster you can make money, the more time you have to spend it and to do the things you really want to do with your life. Example, I don't work. I stopped working when I was 49. And that means that I have a lot of years extra without work. And I don't have it when I'm really old. I have it in the middle of my life, so to speak. I mean, when I'm 90, if I have saved money in a long period of time, and then I am 90, I can do whatever I want. Will I ride my motorcycle when I'm 90? I don't think so. Well, maybe. But I think my neighbors don't want me to see me riding a motorcycle when I'm 90 years old. What I mean is that if you don't take risk in making money, for example, then you take a risk anyway. And the risk you take is to get less time. But people doesn't think, I don't see people think about that. I just see people think about don't losing money. But I don't see them think about the risk of losing time. And I don't think they think about that. I think about that. Time is more important than money, for me. And I think it is for many more, but they don't think about it. They think they're gonna live forever. And they wait, and I wait, and I wait. And then they are old, and the time is up. Huge mistake, I think, for many people. I will take another example. It hasn't to do with the stock market at all. Marriage. A lot of people get married. They get married as crazy. All the time. But marriage is a huge risk. In my country, Sweden, about 50% of the marriage people end up in a divorce. 50%. And so getting married is a really big risk. And it's not just a risk about failing the marriage. Because if you're married, you're likely to have children, you're likely to have a house maybe, and you have maybe a lot of money borrowed from the bank. And if you get divorced, then you are in a situation where the money becomes a problem. When you were married, you had the money, two people's money together, and then you separate and you have just one income. And you can't afford to live in the house anymore, maybe. So it's a huge risk. And then the children is part of this as well. So it's a huge risk for them too. But people get married all the time anyway. Do they think about the risk of a marriage? I don't think so. Not at all. But they are afraid as hell from investing in the stock market to earn more money, to take a big risk in the stock market. they are afraid as hell. So why? Why is it like that? Why do a lot of people get married even if it's a huge risk to end up in a divorce? They do it anyway, but they don't invest money in the stock market in different stocks, stock picking. They invest in index funds because they are so afraid. So what's the common factor here? There is something that connects these two decisions, the marriage and the stock market. And it's emotions, feelings. Both the decisions is about feelings. When you get married, you are so damn happy and in love and so on. So you don't think about the risk. You're just you're very happy and in love, and you get married. You don't think about the risk. And in the stock market, you are so afraid of losing money. Afraid. It's a feeling. It's not a fact. It's a feeling. It's an emotion that stops you from making better investments than an index fund. To pick separate stocks instead. To take the risk to make more money. And why do people make decisions based on emotions? It's because they don't think. And it's because they don't have the knowledge. In the marriage situation, you're in love, you're happy and so on. It's very strong emotions. It's positive emotions. So I can understand that. But not many people think about the risk of a marriage. Not at all. And it is a risk, and if you have children in your family, then I think you should think about that. And to prepare, if there will be a divorce, what will happen then? Just to think about how do we do then? What will happen with the children? Will they suffer in any way? And so on. I think that's important to think about that when you get married, before you get children. And the decision about the stock market, then it's all about knowledge. Most people don't have enough knowledge to invest in the stock market, to pick different stocks. And if you don't have knowledge, then you are afraid. And it's not that strange to be afraid if you don't have knowledge. It's like afraid of the darkness. If you walk into a forest when it's dark, you don't see anything, you don't know what's in there. You get scared. If you go there in the daytime, when it's full bright light, then it's not that afraid at all. But it's the same forest. You get scared because you don't know. You don't have the knowledge. Then you get afraid, and then you go back and you hide, and you don't want to take any risks. So knowledge is a big factor here. And I find it very interesting. Very interesting. A lot of people, I am in the stock market. I know a lot of people who are in the stock market as well, but a lot of them they are very interested in the stock market, but they don't seem to learn anything at all. they like the stock market, but they are also very afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it at all. I'm not afraid of losing money in a short period of time if I'm convinced of making money in the longer run. So people aren't good at thinking about risk. People aren't good at value the risk. They value it all wrong, if they even value it at all, if they even think about the risk at all, or if they just feel the risk. And feel the risk is not the way to go. Know the risk is the way to go. Yeah, I can talk about this how long as ever, or you understand. I stop here for this time. Some thoughts about risks. I hope you get some thought from this video as well. Thought about how you can think about risk in different situations. It's not about the stock market and marriage all the time. It's about everything. Risks. If you want to achieve something, then you have to take some risk almost all the time. And then you have to value that risk. How big is the risk compared to what you can get out of it? What you can achieve of taking that risk. Is the risk too high compared to what you can achieve? Then you may think it's not worth it. Is the risk low compared to what you can achieve? Then you may think it's worth it. And what can you do to minimize the risk, to make it smaller? That's the way I think when I'm doing something. I don't say no to almost anything. I just think about how to minimize the risk, how to do it in the safest way possible. But I don't say no. If I want to achieve something, then I do it. I just think about how should I do it, how to minimize the risk of doing this. Because if I really want to achieve something, then I do it. Because my life is short. And if I want to experience something, do something with my life, I have to do it. Otherwise, I won't experience it. It's no more difficult than that. Well, thank you for being here. As I said, I hope you get some thoughts out of my videos, this one and other videos that I have made and will make in the future. That's what I intend with my videos. That's the purpose of me making my videos. So, thank you. And I'll see you again, I hope.